Good morning, friends. Last class, we just introduced ourselves to the importance and need of signal conditioning devices. Once the sensor transducer senses the physical parameter that we want to control or we want to display, that sense signal will be sent to, first of all, input signal conditioning devices, and after processing it will be sent to the controller. The controller will once again send it to output signal conditioning devices, and that conditioned signal will be given either to the display or to the actuator, and thereafter the entire process, mechatronic process, will be completed. So in the signal conditioning devices, first of all, we'll study some amplifiers. As we have seen in the last class, the signals coming out from the sensor transducers are less in magnitude, let us say, or weak signals. Those signals need to be amplified, enhanced, so that it will be easier for the controller to receive those signals and process those signals. So in the amplifiers, there are a variety of amplifiers available, electronic amplifiers I'm talking. And out of that, the universal amplifier, you can say, is operational amplifier. We'll briefly study what is this operational amplifier. And this is how the operational amplifier, or op-amp as it is popularly called as, is symbolized like this. You have a triangle, horizontal triangle, then you have 5 terminals. Across these faces, we have the supply voltage that is given, Vs positive and Vs negative. This is the positive power and negative power which is given to this operational amplifier. And then the left hand side is the input side and the right hand side is the output side. So in the left hand side, from the input side, we have non-inverting input that is given to the amplifier, and from the second terminal, inverting input designated by V minus is given to the amplifier. So these are the inputs given to the amplifiers, to the operation op-amp. And the op-amp, as the name indicates, it's a high impedance device. Without distorting the input signal, what it will do is it will process that input signal in a variety of ways. Maybe it does the summing of these signals, it does the subtraction of these two signals, it does the multiplication of these two signals, or maybe division of these two signals, and it gives some output. So op-amp is essentially an amplifier, right? So this is just a symbolic representation of an op-amp. Its function, primary function, is to scale up the voltage by appropriate scale ratio, right? So this is what is given. Operational amplifier is a basic and an important part of a signal conditioning system. It is often abbreviated as op-amp. Op-amp is a high gain voltage amplifier. Op-amp is a high gain voltage amplifier with a differential input. What is this differential input? See, one is the non-inverting signal, that is the positive signal, and the other one is inverting signal, right? The difference of this will be applied as the input, and it will be appropriately processed by the op-amp to give some output. So op-amp is a high gain voltage amplifier with a differential input. The gain is of the order of 1 lakh or more, right? What is this gain? We'll see, or more. So it's a high gain voltage amplifier. So such questions will be there in your MCQ. Okay, op-amp is a high gain voltage amplifier. Options could be low gain, minimum gain, whatever is. It is a high gain amplifier, voltage amplifier with very high impedance. The gain is of the order of 1 lakh or more. The figure shows the block diagram of an op-amp. It has 5 terminals, as we have just now seen. 2 voltages are applied at 2 input terminals on the left hand side. The output terminal provides the amplified value of difference between two input voltages. So it is receiving differential input. Op-amp works by using the external power supplied at Vs positive and Vs negative terminals. That's what we are seeing. This is supply voltage. In general, op-amp amplifies the difference between input voltages, the left-hand side input voltages, V plus and V minus. The output of an op-amp can be written as V output. This is the V output is equal to G into V non-inverting V minus inverting V. Non-inverting V, that is V plus, minus inverting V, that is V minus. Right? Where G is the gain of an op-amp, which will be very high. So what it is doing? It is receiving the differential voltage signal, and then it is amplifying that signal by this gain factor. Suppose I want to double that signal. I will select an op-amp with gain of 2. If I want to make it 1,000 times, like I am receiving a signal from my thermocouple as some microvolts, I want to convert it into volts, let us say, so that it can be processed easily. So that microvolts, one of them will be made as a reference terminal, and the positive voltage that I am receiving from the thermocouple of, let us say, 10 microvolts or 1 microvolt, which is very low signal. I want to amplify 1 microvolt. So effectively 1 microvolt multiplied by 1,000 gain will give me 1 volt as the output voltage, right? This is how this op-amp can be used. Now, there are various ways in which op-amps can be used. Op-amp can be used just to invert the sign of the input signal. म्हणजे positive voltage आहे तर negative voltage मध्ये convert करायचं. Or it can be used as a summing amplifier, summing of variety of voltages, right? Or subtraction of variety of voltages, like as I said, or differentiation of the input voltages, integration of different voltages. Like that it can be used for variety of applications by appropriating, inserting some additional components. Okay, so this is my basic op-amp, right? It has got the input side, as I told you, and this is the output side. Just be attentive. Inverting input and non-inverting input, isn't it? Non-inverting is positive, inverting is negative. So I'm to the inverting terminal, I'm giving some voltage, okay, of Vn, and the other terminal is grounded, right? The non-inverting terminal is grounded, let us say, is made as ground, and inverting terminal is given with some input voltage. Let us say some plus 10 millivolt is there. I want to convert it into minus 10 millivolt. So what I need to do, I'll be inserting one resistance R1, and in the feedback path of the amplifier, I'll be inserting one feedback resistor called R2. I can select the appropriate resistances depending on the amount of gain, if at all I want to have. मला फक्त sign change करायचं नाही, so multiplication by 10 पण करायचं. Then I can appropriately select R1 and R2. Okay, so this is the current I1. Once the voltage is applied, input voltage आपण जे दिलं, the current I1 will start flowing through R1, right? त्याची magnitude कशावर अवलंबून असेल? So Vn and Vx, right? This Vx minus Vin will be equal to I1 into R1. बरोबर की नाही? Potential drop across any resistor is equal to Vx minus Vin, right? Will be equal to I1 into R1, right? Okay, so this I1 is going into this input side of my op-amp. Okay, now this X or Vx, potential difference at X, because this is a very high impedance device, right? High impedance device will provide me voltage at X, that is Vx is equal to 0. How we'll see? So this is the characteristic. Okay, this is a very high gain and high impedance device. So Vx will be 0, right? Okay, so this V in will be getting into my op amp as the input, the other terminal is grounded, and then V out will be coming out of my op amp. The same V out, right, will be having some current. That current will be flowing through my feedback resistance and it will be joining here, right? This is how my inverting amplifier, the circuitry is arranged like this. Okay, let us see how the signal inverts the input voltage into V output. Now inverts म्हणजे काय? Invert करणे म्हणजे काय? Sign change करणे, right? See, just be attentive. If you have got pen and pencil, start noting down. Input is taken to the inverting input through resistance R1. Just now we have seen. So resistance R1 input dila. Non-inverting input is grounded. Non-inverting input that is grounded. A feedback path is provided from output through resistance R2 to the inverting input. A feedback path dila. For an ideal operational amplifier with infinite gain, Vx will be 0. Hence, Vx 0 असेल, Vx जर 0 असेल, Vin will be equal to Vin minus Vx or Vx minus Vn, whatever it is, Vin minus Vx. As Vx is 0, Vin minus Vx will be equal to I1 into R1. As Vx is 0, Vin will be equal to I1 into R1. Vin minus Vx बघितलं होतं आपण, but Vx is 0 because it is in an ideal operational amplifier with infinite gain. Vx will be equal to 0. So Vin minus Vx, मतलब Vx 0. Vin will be equal to I1 into R1. This is my equation number 1. Because of very high input impedance of op amp, same current I1 flows through R2 also. The current जो आहे, the same current flows through R2 also, right? I1 is flow. It flows through R2 also. Potential difference across R2 is R2, दूसरा feedback terminal मधला resistor, Vx minus Vout. Vx minus, this is Vout. Vx minus Vout will be equal to same current जर वाहत असेल I1 इकडे तर I1 into R2, right? As the same current I1 is flowing through this feedback path also. So Vx potential drop across this resistance R2. Vx minus Vout will be equal to I1 into R2. But Vx is equal to 0. म्हणून काय होईल? Minus Vout, Vx is 0. So minus Vout will be equal to I1 into R2. Minus Vout is equal to I1 into R2. This is my equation number 2. Dividing equation 2 by equation 1. 2 by 1. V out by V in. हा negative sign मी इकडे घेतला right hand side ला. V out minus V in. I1 gets cancelled. So R2 by R1. Minus sign इकडचा इकडे गेला. V out by V in is equal to minus R2 by R1. This is my gain equation. The V2 by Vn will be equal to minus R2 by R1. Equation 3 gives voltage gain of the circuit. मग हा gain I can adjust by selecting appropriate R1 and R2. It is up to me which resistance to select. मला किती ratio पाहिजे? मला 1.5 पाहिजे. तर maybe 150 ohm R2 असेल, 100 ohm R1 असेल, depending on how much is the gain that I want. आता ह्या particularly inverting amplifier मध्ये what is my requirement? I want to just invert the signal. हे equation V out will be equal to minus R2 by R1 into हा V in मी right side ला घेतला, will be equal to minus R2 by R1 into V in. मग V in I had given 10 millivolt. 10 millivolt ला मला minus 10 millivolt करायचंय. तर what I'll do? मला gain change करायचं नाहीये. I'll keep both the resistances same. 100 ohm, 100 ohm. The ratio will be 1. फक्त काय होईल? 10 millivolt positive I had given. The sign will be changed. V output will be equal to minus R2 by R1 into V in इकडे right hand side ला घेतला. Right? So V output will be equal to minus 1. Ratio same घेतला मी. 100 ohm R2, 100 ohm in R1. म्हणजे ratio is 1 into V in is 10 millivolt. It will become minus 10 millivolt. So this is how inverting operational amplifier works. Similarly, summing amplifier, this is my basic op-amp. You have to remember this. Op-amp, two terminals at the input, one terminal at the output. This will be feedback path, a constant, a configuration असणार आहे. या पुढे बाकीचे सर्किट ते असणार. This will be your basic op-amp with feedback path. हा असणारच आहे. फक्त मला वेगवेगळे ऑपरेशन्स करताना आय नीड टू इन्सर्ट मे काही ठिकाणी कॅपॅसिटन्स ऍड करावं लागेल. आउटपुट साइडला कॅपॅसिटन्स ऍड करावं लागेल, इनपुट साइडला करावं लागेल, डिपेंडिंग ऑन whether I want to differentiate, whether I want to integrate. Okay. First of all, we'll see inverting एक बघितला आपण. Summing amplifier, it sums up different input voltages, right? Remember, जेव्हा डिजिटल कॉम्प्युटर सुरू व्हायच्या आधी these op-amp were used as analog computers, right? जे काही कॅल्क्युलेटरचं काम आहे, ऍडिशन, सबट्रॅक्शन, इन्व्हर्शन, इंटिग्रेशन, डिफरन्शिएशन. By using op-amp, they used to solve differential equations, right? म्हणजे तिथं मला बऱ्याच ठिकाणी इंटिग्रेशन करायला लागायचं. By using capacitances, they used to use this operational amplifiers as computers. They used to call them as analog computers. Op-amp as analog computer. Okay. Thereafter, with the advent of digital technology, the digital computers came into use. But these op-amps have, even today, they are used as analog computers in certain applications. Okay. So depending on, let us say, I want to sum up, I want to add different voltages from input side, and on the output side, I want to get the sum of all these voltages. There can be different requirements in the signal conditioning. बरोबर आहे. चार ठिकाणचे voltages मला sensorsनी पाठवले, ते मला add करून I want to process it, I want to send it to the controller. Depending on various applications, there will be different types of input received. I want to add them up. I want to sum them up. Okay. So this is my basic configuration. Inverting input terminal of op-amp, inverting terminal, non-inverting terminal of op-amp, inverting terminal of op-amp. These are the two inputs and one output and one feedback resistance. This will be basic configuration. Non-inverting terminal is normally grounded in most of the applications. Right? In the inverting terminal, I'll be giving three different voltages, right? VA, VB, VC, let us say. And because VA minus VX will be current flowing through RA is IA, current flowing through RB is IB, current flowing through RC is IC. So V in or VA minus VX will be equal to IA into RA, right? VB minus Vx will be equal to IB into RB. VC minus Vx will be equal to IC into RC. This is how the potential drop across each of the resistances will be given. But that's pramana काय? VA by RA will be equal to IA. VB by RB is equal to IB. VC by RC will be equal to IC. And Kirchhoff's current law काय सांगतो? If the total current is I, right? Total current is I will be equal to IA plus IB plus IC, right? So that I current is flowing through the inverting terminal. Okay, and the same I will be flowing through this also. So this I will be summation of IA plus IB plus IC. But what is IA? IA is equal to VA by RA. IB is VB by RB. IC is VC by RC, right? So this is how, let us see the equations. Here we have I, it's I, total sum of these currents, Kirchhoff's current law. Kai Kirchhoff's current law kai santo? The sum of all the incoming currents will be equal to outgoing currents at a node, at a junction. Okay, yeah, junction law. The sum of all the input currents, all these are input currents, will be equal to output current. Now, output current is I. Output current I will be equal to sum of these input currents. This is as per Kirchhoff's current law. So IA will be equal to IA plus IB plus IC. But IA, just now I told you, IA is equal to VA by RA. IB is equal to VB by RB and IC is equal to VC by RC. IA is equal to VA, इथं VA लिहायचं राहिलेलं आहे, VA by RA. IB is equal to VB by RB and IC will be equal to VC by RC. C by RC. Also, we must have the same current I passing through feedback resistor. Same current I is passing through feedback resistance as well. The potential difference across R2 is Vx minus Vout. Vx minus Vout will be equal to current I into R2. Vx minus Vout. Hence, Vx can be assumed to be 0. High gain amplifier आपण मागाशीच बघितलं. So it is Vx is 0 minus Vout. And so, काय होणार आता? Vx minus Vout will be equal to I into R2. Vx minus Vout will be equal to I into R2. So I will be equal to Vx minus Vout divided by R2. Isn't it? I will be equal to Vx minus Vout is equal to I into R2. I into R2. So I will be equal to Vx minus Vout upon R2. थोड़ा सा attentive रहा. Vx minus Vout divided by R2. As Vx is 0, I will be equal to Vx minus Vout by R2 बना लो. Vx is 0. So I will be equal to minus Vx by Vout by R2. Okay. So what is this equation? I will be equal to IA plus IB plus IC. I आता काय आला आपला? Minus Vout by R2. Minus Vout by R2 will be equal to IA म्हणजे काय? VA by RA. IB म्हणजे काय? VB by IB. RB. IC is equal to VC by RC. Right? So minus Vout by R2 will be equal to VA by RA plus VB by RB plus VC by RC. The output is thus the scaled sum of the inputs. म्हणून त्याला summing amplifier. हा R2 मी इकडे घेतला. Right hand side ला सगळीकडे multiply. So Vout will be equal to minus sign पण इकडे घेतला. Vout will be equal to minus sign into bracket. R2 by R1 into VA plus R2 हा R2 सगळीकडे जाणार. R2 by RB into VB plus R2 by RC into VC. Right? Scaled sum. Scaled कशाला म्हणायचं? हे scaling झालं. R2 ने मी scale केलं प्रत्येकाला. Right? So R2 by RA into VA plus R2 by RB into VB plus R2 by RC into VC. If RA is equal to RB is equal to RC. Right? Here resistances मी select करणार आहे. I'll be receiving different voltages. एवढंच माझ्या control मध्ये नसलेली गोष्ट कुठली? I'll be receiving different voltages. Those I cannot change. VA I'll be receiving as it is from the sensor transducer. VB I'll be receiving as it is from the sensor transducer. VC I'll be receiving as it is from the sensor transducer. Right? So I don't have control over that. But I can always have control over selection of RA, RB and RC. So if I select RA is equal to RB is equal to RC is equal to R1, then Vout will be equal to minus R2 by R1. R1 मी same select केला. R1 taken out common into bracket VA plus VB plus VC. हे जे इनपुट मला सेन्सर ट्रान्सड्यूसर कडे मिळणार आहे त्याला मी सम करणार. I'll add them together आणि मला स्केलिंग जर पाहिजे असेल तर सिलेक्ट R1 R2 अकॉर्डिंगली ट्वाइस करायचं आहे मला. समेशन into 2 200 ohm divided by 100 ohm will give me scaling ratio of 2. So twice and inverted output I'll be getting and sum of all these outputs. So I think we'll stop for today.